as a result, I'm like, well, I should probably stream. Ooh, mod data mismatch. Missing DLC or mods? What? Is it because I had to do like the baby mod? If I save, will it... Can I do save as? It's early access, so I'm trying not to get attached to anything gameplay wise. Just if it happened, it happened, and we mark it on the channel. That's why I almost want to focus on like a new character at some point and maybe just put them in a solo playthrough and see how that does next time we return to inZOI. Or like just move Lumali out and focus on him or something. Because stuff is going to get a little buggy with early access and stuff. Ooh, city building. Why did we just hit another loading screen? If we crash, it will be a very short stream. Okay, she in the shower. Oh my gosh, okay, the baby's still here, so... Okay, last we left off in this, we needed... So for those that don't know, we needed this to connect into our channel lore a bit, because I set this file up as a prequel. In our channel lore, we have Miitopia, and then the Sims games, and inZOI comes before all of that, is what we decided to say. What I decided to say. So, turn it up for you guys. So essentially, Princess Peach, all you need to know, she's a very toxic but also very overpowered character in our channel universe. She was one of our original party members in Miitopia, and she would manipulate and gaslight people into doing whatever she wanted. She would make them forget they were ever mad at her, but she would hold grudges on her side, and then like beat them up herself instead of the enemies. It was crazy work. Disgusting work, truly. But she also scaled up to be one of the most OP characters. For those that don't know, I'm talking about the pop star class, obviously, in Miitopia. So she ended up being super powerful there, and then she's just messy drama in the Sims franchise. She had like, she friend-zoned Bayonetta, was like, oh well, we're just being girlfriends as in girlfriends, not as in girlfriends. Throughout Sims 1, they finally get married in Sims 2, then divorce because Bayonetta like instantly cheats. She tries to rebound stuff, and like a police officer tried to light her house on fire because her date went bad with Peach. I don't know what Peach said to her. And then we have stuff like Sims 4. She and Bayonetta were like on again, off again. They would marry, they would divorce, they would marry, Bayonetta would die. They would hook up in the afterlife. Bayonetta would reincarnate into child Cereza. So Peach was in a bit of a... Peach didn't want to raise child Bayonetta or Cereza, so she didn't. She was in denial about the whole thing. So what Peach went and did in Sims 4 is she went and married Mr. Krabs, even though Mr. Krabs told my Sim openly he was gay. So Peach, she's gonna be fun. She's gonna be fun in Tomodachi Life, is what I'm saying. Is we're gonna be talking about Peach every time we recap this. She's kind of at the center of every scene of the crime. So naturally, she's the character we wanted to focus on here. But you'll notice she's not in the house. She is not in the house right now. And that's because inZOI started as... And she's still flirting with... I'm just gonna ignore that. She's still flirting with Rosie. Oh my god. But we started with all the Mario girls, so Peach, Daisy, Rosie, Pauline. We started with all of them in the house here. We moved them to a different house when the DLC kind of hit and stuff, but we've moved them back into Bliss Bay because Bliss Bay has the most stuff to do in early access, honestly. Why are they so annoyed at the baby? But yeah, the girls they all had crushes on each other and these little relationships, but ultimately what ended up happening is Rosie just kind of got married to a man at the time to have a kid, Luma Lee, and he is, how old are you? He's like not a young adult. I don't even think he's a teenager. I think he's like a preteen now. He's kind of his father was kind of problematic, and now his father's out of the picture because his father was cheating on Rosie. So Daisy ran his father over with a car and killed him instantly. And Rosalina and Daisy actually have been best friends ever since then. Like, Rosie took that personally as in, wow, you'll always have my back. So, Peach has a crush on Rosie, and Rosie kind of reciprocates it and flirts with other girls sometimes. But for the most part, she's just kind of on her own, like, chill with being a mom and everything, and isn't too involved in the drama, and we love that for her. She's been chill ever since. Daisy and Pauline both had things with Peach that were a bit stronger, and I believe Peach and Daisy got married at some point this year, because the thing with Pauline and Daisy is Daisy is kind of more of our like low karma, like criminal path character that we're using to do all the like evil stuff in the game. That's pretty fun. But Pauline's our character that we're trying to keep at a higher karma rate once they add more interesting things to do with good karma. But she's kind of our morally good character because we want her to have a good reporting career. We want her to have a good political career as well if they ever add that stuff in. I'd love for her to be the mayor. So naturally, she and Daisy were like opposing forces because morally they do not share the same stuff. Really, they're not on the same page at all, but they had the strongest chemistry out of the group. But yeah, Peach flirting with everybody, eventually thinks she has her shot with Daisy. They end up getting married. At the wedding, Daisy's making out with Pauline. At the wedding, Daisy's still making out with Pauline. So eventually, Peach finds them hooking up. She actually wouldn't divorce Daisy for days still. She was angry, but she was super in denial about it. It was super messy. These are on the VODs on the VOD channel because this is the stuff we just went... What is Pauline doing? Okay. But this is the stuff that went down like the last couple times we played inZOI, and the reason I bring this all up is we needed Peach's villain origin story because she kind of is insane by the time we meet her in Miitopia, but we kind of built her as like a really just nice genuine character, but she never had any career stuff take off. We tried to get her to go on dates with like other guys and they never reciprocated well. She had crushes on every single girl in the household, and everything either just wasn't reciprocated fully or it ended up in divorce in the case of Daisy. With the other girl she had a crush on being the girl in the affair, like, it was bad for Peach. So Peach has actually moved out, and we can continue playing Peach at some point. I think, just on her own. That's another possibility for if we just want to focus on a solo character. We can do that, but also, I'm kind of content just letting her, for now, just sit in the world on her own and seeing what does that do to an inZOI, you know? What does that do to a inZOI? But, yeah, so Rosie has, kids-wise, Rosie has Luma Lee, and she also has, Luma Bop, I believe, is also her. Yeah, that's Rosie's kid. So she got the Luma kids, and then Pauline and Daisy had a kid here, which is really, I think, mainly Daisy's kid. It would not let them have a kid of their own. which we can try that now, actually, once Rosie gets off the damn computer, I think. But yeah, we named the kid Polly Pocket. Oh my god, Rosie's never gonna get off the computer. What do you need? What do you need? Because I was like, maybe they've made some updates to babies, because it's been a while since Lumali was a kid. So I was like, maybe they've made some updates to babies, and we should check it out. They're kind of just sitting. They're kind of just, babies kind of just sit around a lot, you guys. Also, if the girls look older, they didn't have turning aging off when the game like first entered early access, so I didn't have that on. They updated it as a feature, but I forgot to toggle it until after the girls aged up to full adults. So what I've thought of lore-wise is I am going to continue to allow this household to age. I'm going to continue to allow them to age, and then when they die in this game, we're gonna use that as a way to write off their character, as they kind of were visiting this mortal realm, this like mortal city for fun, to kind of like roleplay, and then when they die here, they kind of return to like the Mario universe, and they're like, well, that was fun. Or it's more like that's when they return to, they can head to Tomodachi life after that. So that way there's not that baggage of children or past marriages. This is them kind of playing house and feeling it out. And then we'll see what relationships kind of further in Tomodachi life, because all of these ladies will be returning. I'll read you guys when we get closer to the release day of Tomodachi life. I have like 75 Miis. I have like 75 Miis planned from our channel lore stuff, mainly the Miitopia cast, and then anyone of interest throughout the Sims games and inZOI, of course. But also like, I've got like the video game crushes I've had for my Mii. I've got any characters that were like important to bigger playthroughs on the channels, like Hades 1 and 2. We might throw in Old Man Leon from Resident Evil 9 now that we've played that. Maybe Grace as well. We've got characters that will like help flesh out like characters that are already existing in our lore. So of course all the SpongeBob characters naturally, because Patrick was one of our Miitopia characters, but like we have Eggman in our party for Miitopia, so I'm gonna add some Sonic characters as well. It's going to be, I think, a really interesting mix of characters. So if you guys are a fan of the more Life Sims stuff, you are in luck, because that will be the focus. Various Life Sims is going to be the focus of the morning streams. Oh, she's sleepwalking again. For the next like few weeks here leading up to Tomodachi life. Tomodachi life will be like the focus for all of our streams on the channel for like a month after it releases. I'm so excited for that. And then Paralives comes out, actually. About the time we'll be probably not wrapping up the Tomodachi life playthrough, but condensing it from like 5 times a week to like maybe 1 or 2 times a week. Then Paralives will be out, and whatever couple in the household ends up being like kind of the fan favorite, I feel, of Tomodachi life will be who we put over in Paralives to continue that story. I think is what I want to do there. But yeah, we'll be basically doing Life Sim stuff for a while, and then in the summer I want to transition to more just like farming sims. Like Pacopia I know is super good. We've already played one of the possible Game of the Year nominees with Resident Evil 9, so the other ones Pokemon, surprisingly. So I really want to, we won't check that out right now. I don't want to overload us right now, and I did buy the deluxe version of Resident Evil 9, so I'm gonna wait to buy another full price game, and we're buying Tomodachi Life next month and then Paralives after that. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, but maybe with birthday money. We'll check that out, and I'm also interested in whenever Graves Seasons ends up dropping. I'm also interested in whatever Nintendo is announcing for their calendar. There's a lot of first-party Nintendo stuff that are going to be must-plays for us, including Tomodachi Life. The next main one I'm thinking for the channel being Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, but we don't know exactly when that's coming out this year, so I can't fully think through the whole schedule. And then I would also like to get to some more Resident Evil games, because I'm addicted to 9. So I'd like to replay 9 and then visit some other Resident Evil games in the fall. So that's kind of the rough outline of the year. So we are in official life sim mode with a few more game dev streams on the way. We will take another game dev break, which I feel bad about because we've barely gotten to get any streams in, either due to scheduling stuff or due to me being sick. But we will finish up at least a block out here before Tomodachi Life releases. Play Tomodachi Life for a while, and then probably in like May or June we will resume game dev stuff and go from there. I'm also starting to get a little burnt out with stuff, just like I'm like editing 2 channels a month now and trying to do the short stuff, as well as I have a very heavy it's gonna be a very heavy workload at work for me for a bit, so it's like I'm like, I don't actually know if I could do too much blockout stuff. Like, a little bit's good, I think will keep me focused, but I think having a break for Tomodachi Life will also be nice, as well. What time is it? I'm like, I want to have... She is still on the damn computer. Oh, she won't take care of her needs. Okay, cool. They've got like Sims bugs in here. That's awesome. Okay, there she goes. She made a program in my bag. Where's my bag? Oh, I forgot they had a bag. Oh my god, I forgot they have bags. An editing plugin software? How much is it worth? Wedding footage editing request. Is this Peach and Daisy's wedding? Oh, maybe just keep that to yourself, Rosie. Maybe just keep that to yourself. It might not be the best time for that. Yeah, let's speed things up. I want to get it to daytime, and then we'll take one of the girls and we'll walk around the city. Because I have heard NPC stuff has improved a bit. They're doing like their own things now, which I'm curious about. I think that's something that definitely would make this feel a little more alive. That's kind of like the main complaints with... inZOI has a lot of stuff, especially customization stuff. But there's like not really too much of a game to do stuff with. At least that's how I felt on the family management side. I'm like, I wonder if it would feel different just focusing on one character. But yeah, there's not as much like random stuff that kind of happens, or like quirky little charming stuff. I think has been kind of the main thing for me and a lot of other people. I wouldn't call this game soulless, though. A lot of people are like, it's just a soulless game because it's realistic and stuff. And because there is a downside of there is stuff that you can add for AI, but like I don't use this. I mean, I can't say I've never used the features because we have the Artie plush downstairs, but I don't really use them to like make the super immersive stuff in a game, because it's like, well, it's not gonna look good. like, that's the thing. Photorealism is a lot different from being able to just scan in something via AI. Like, it it's it don't work because you don't have someone asking the questions of like, why do we make this creative choice, why do we make this artistic choice. So I understand that being a very valid put off for people, but also I think this game, if there's anyone that's trying to do it like morally, this game has been like, I think, toning down some of the features with AI and being like, okay, it's going to feel a bit more empty because of that, we're removing this, but like we want to replace it with something a bit better, since because of the feedback on that, like they've been very transparent with the community and trying to go back and forth on like what would make this work and like what people would want to see instead, which I think is a good thing to be open to that, because the thing to remember with some games we're seeing now, and like some things where you're hearing like, oh my gosh, one AI asset got used in this thing while it was in pre-production, oh no. The important thing to realize is that like a few years ago, no one realized like just how um evil, you know, the AI corporation would be. Like, it was that a lot of games were being developed around that era of everyone putting like funny AI image generator things in the memes and being like, look how stupid this is. This is never gonna go anywhere. Right? A lot of companies start being like, oh, well, what if we can use this since everyone's having a good time with that? And then their games, the games that did that early on are like games we're seeing now, and it's either stuff where people immediately like pulled out and were like, okay, this clearly can't be used for production or post-production, and made the right call there, or we're seeing the early games that kind of stuck around in that phase a little too long and don't really have a soul so much to show for it because of that. So I do wonder if that's the case with inZOI, if when it was developing early on was like when AI was starting to rise, they're like, oh, this would be cool, you know, but now that they're further into development, they're like, this is maybe a little less. But who knows. Where's Daisy? She's on the computer again. Ooh, let's see. Can we... Drowsy? Is she sleep scrolling? Wait. She's sleep scrolling! Girl, I need you to check out the features around town. Luxury yacht trip. Did she just sleep book a luxury yacht trip? Oh no. Yeah, essentially, and it's, wow, it still won't let her choose a woman. That's awesome. It will bring up the guy she murdered, but it won't bring up a woman. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. I'm pretty sure that's not intentional, but it's a really annoying bug. Is anyone gonna clean this? Nope. Alright. Oh, she's going to work. Never mind. She wants to eat first. Lumily completely forgot about an important test. He would cheat. He would cheat. Just like his father. I feel guilty, but I convinced myself it was necessary. Just like your father! That's why we hit him with the car! Who's this? I just want to know why you hate me. Reply negatively. I was always like this. I don't remember who half these people are. Alright, Daisy went to work. Everyone at work. But Pauline's at the park. Let's... You know what? Let's walk around. And she is coughing. My gosh, they get sick just as often as I do. Hello? Let's get her good karma up. Let's be nice. Why are you lethargic? Oh, the cold. Oh my god. Let's actually, yeah, let's just walk around. I heard that NPC actions are a bit better. Like, they do their own things now, so... It's like people watch today. Well, that's interesting. Why are you going home? I didn't tell you to go home. Ooh, there's stuff here. I don't have a pickaxe. Dig it up with your hands. Oh, this is going to take a while. We could be rich. What was that? Displeased. Oh my god, she keeps coughing. Can I steal this? No. It's like you can see the topics like via like the little emojis sometimes of what they're talking about, and I know you can't see like text for people in The Sims, but again, I think what would make this game better is if they leaned more into like the stuff that RP servers like kind of do and stuff for like Rockstar games. Not the bad stuff, not all the bad stuff necessarily, but like, just have characters be a bit goofier, and, like, have some text display for characters showing, like, just snippets of what they're talking about, so it feels like you caught something really out of context. Like, I want to walk by and be like, oh my god, I just heard the most, like, insane thing about someone, but there's just, like, the little bubbles. They're just like, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of interactables in the world as well, but, you don't really see a lot of Zois using them. Oh my god, kitty! Or wait, this is one of the cats that I... Can I pet you? Wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh my god, I don't know. Have you always been able to pet them? I forget. And this, you know, this is why I can say the game's so lacking charm, but I can't say it's completely soulless, man. They got a cat in it. She's gonna die. She's like, ugh. But yeah, I think there's definitely... Like, they've got the mechanics down. They've got the customization down. I don't think it's the art style that's holding it back. It's the activities, though. I think they need to let themselves be a little... That's where realism can be a bit of a trap sometimes, is it be like... Oh, well, I don't want to do this, like, really gamey thing because it's not realistic, right? I don't want to have text display over a character's head because it's not realistic. Like, the level can't look like this because that's not how it would look in real life. But then you kind of paint yourself into a corner of not being able to do anything fun when you have too many excuses like that. You have to let yourself be... You have to let yourself be a little weird. So that's what I'm hoping inZOI will do, is be a little weird. That's kind of my hopes for. That's what we'll compare with Paralives. I'm not expecting Paralives to be this or for Paralives to be The Sims. I think that's a dangerous expectation people are setting for these things. Is they're like, it's not like my favorite game and the only game I've ever played. Therefore, it can't be a good game. I think that's a dangerous thing to fall into, thought process wise with these early access games especially. But Paralives looks like visually it has more charm going on, but will it have the charm gameplay wise still? I think it's something that ties nicely into art direction, but it's still a detached separate department you need to work on. Don't let someone back into the gang, Daisy. I was recognized for taking cautious preventative action. That doesn't sound like Daisy, but... Ooh. Can I just eat whoever's pretzel bites these are? Are these your pretzel bites? Can I help you?
Savanya.
What is her problem with me? You want to know my pet peeve with life sims sometimes? What, especially when they're earlier on? Why early on when they're like, oh, we only have like a few hobbies we can do right now and skills? It's always singing, man. Like, I want Zoi's to be going around doing more random stuff. Like that guy just bought some ice cream. Cotton candy. That's cool. But like, oh my gosh, in like Sims 4, they are always singing on holidays, and they are always like dancing and stuff. They'll like keep dancing and then they'll be like, oh, I don't like dancing, and they'll keep doing it anyway even when you tell them not to. They're like, why am I doing this? I hate it. Not that, so inZOI doesn't have that problem that I've seen so far, but there's always some bitch out there singing off key. There's always someone. I suppose that can happen in real life, though. There's always going to be someone singing, and you're like, oh. wait a minute. Is that a claw machine? Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What? Yes! Oh my gosh, it's perfect. You see? And I like that. And I like that. Look at this dude. Just a few circles. I love him. But like, it's almost jarring to go from like that little... I feel like inZOI's getting more of these charming moments, but it's kind of almost jarring now to have like a really charming moment they added in the game and be like, whoa, that was fun. And then like, just kind of quietly run around like this after. Yeah, I hope they had more fun stuff for like good karma people to do, because I would love... We need to up Pauline's good karma more, but I'm like, there's not much you can do. It's just like, be nice to people. And that's boring. Being nice to people is kind of boring. They're like, be nice to people and donate to charity. Whereas with Daisy and the criminal route, there are so many crimes you can commit. Though they've like blocked it behind like a leveling system. Like there's certain crimes you can't do. I think like some of the level 1 crimes, like it was a little, the tier system was a little sus too. They're like, Oh, you're not skilled enough to be able to like to be able to rob an ATM yet. If you want to get these skills, you have to kick a homeless person. And it's like, whoa. I don't I don't know if that's right. Not that I'm necessarily a criminal and no. What are you doing over there? What would be right or not, but I don't think that's necessarily right. But yeah, I don't know how new any of this. Yeah, it seems like the bugs we've encountered before with like their needs and with their relationships still seem to be present. Maybe they wouldn't be if we started a new file. But yeah, they still seem to be a bit present right now, so. Ooh, my internet's taking a hit. There's like heavy wind outside. I think it just knocked some stuff out for me. So we might even call it here early. I know we didn't do anything for them in this video. I just recapped the inZOI lore while walking around and stuff and then discussing my feelings on the game, but I'm fine with this being a shorter video because, yeah, it will be a better recap for me. I want to give this a few months before we jump back into it. So I want to get through Tomodachi Life, replay all the Sims games, see how Paralives launches, and then revisit this maybe later in the summer. Give it a few more like major updates as well. Because I really want to feel a difference the next time we jump into here. And I definitely, when you give it a few months at a time with something in early access, you'll feel the difference. Yeah, since we just played this a lot the other month, I think so far we're kind of in like the same boat for things, so I think that's going to be it for today's stream because my internet's given out. My internet's dying, so that's a good place to call it. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little refresher, a quick little recap, and again, remind you guys that I will be out tomorrow, so I'll be out all weekend, so no weekend streams. Next stream will be I want to try like the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday schedule of streaming and like do morning streams in the middle of the week, but it depends how I'm feeling. It depends how I'm feeling next week, but I'd like to play some Sims 1 next week. That's my favorite Sims game because it's not really an immersive sim so much as it is a management sim, so excited to jump back into that, recap everything that happened there, and then hopefully we can get back into our blockout stuff and we can get that done before Tomodachi Life comes out. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you guys on the next one.